Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest episode of Frequently Asked Questions. Today's question comes from someone somewhere who once asked, how do you create riffs from scales? Which is it's a tough question to answer because there's a million different answers to that. Basically, the question is, how do I write riffs and what is a scale? All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on one riff that comes from one scale. We're going to work with a very popular type of scale for hard rock and heavy metal, which is the minor scale. And we're going to go from F sharp, which is also a very minor, a very heavy metal choice of key. Now, the shape for the minor scale is 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. All right, so that is the template for millions of riffs. What we're going to do now is I'm going to play an actual riff that you probably know, or I'm going to do the intro to Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. All right, so there's the intro to Crazy Train. If you noticed, not only did I start on the same note, but I used almost all of the notes of the previously played F sharp minor scale. So how do you come up with riffs? Now, obviously, not all guitar players know scales, chords, and theory. Some of them just pick up the instrument and start playing. A lot of the greatest musicians out there claim to not know theory. I don't know what Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne were thinking when they wrote this, but just to reverse engineer the idea, the riff clearly starts on F sharp. So that would be your tonic, all right? And then if you look at all the notes used, we're using all of the notes of the minor scale. We have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, and then the 7 wasn't played here, it was played as the open E string. So there you go. You got yourself the template in the F sharp minor scale, and then you've got the riff itself. Then you got the riff itself. So in order to create your own riffs, using a specific scale is the easiest way to go about it. Because if you don't know what notes to play and not to play, and what are your target notes and what are the odd notes, it's going to be really hard to create something specific. If you're going for a specific flavor or a specific texture or a specific rhythm, making a riff that's memorable, everything's got to be just right. So, step 1, learn some scales. Learn the major scale, learn the minor scale, learn your pentatonics. If you're playing guitar, pentatonic scales work wonders. Learning that natural minor shape that I just showed you is obviously clearly fitting into the template of that riff from Crazy Train. And so, learn the scale, internalize the scale, be able to play it anywhere on the neck, because they're all shapes. And then just start noodling. You know, you got to start somewhere, so you're probably going to want to start with the root more than not, right? And then just start noodling out, right? Like this note, your 5th sounds good. So Randy Rhoads goes root, 5th, root, and then they throw in the sharp 5. And the sharp 5 gives a little bit of tension. So you have something that's like vanilla, and then you have a little bit of tension. And then back to the vanilla, and then we're gonna... That would be like the rounding out of the riff. Giving it its personality, and then we go right back into that root note. So I hope that made sense. Scales from riffs, riffs from scales, depending on how you want to look at it. I think people out there should pick a scale, learn it, internalize it, and then try to do their own thing. I think that's a great way to just noodle. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to create anything crazy. Just listen to the way those notes sound against each other. Right? Even that major third right there. I know we weren't talking about that, but that's a great interval to go to. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.